Kudlow Show. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Let's just dive right in. We're welcoming back to the show my friend, Senator Rick Scott from the great state of Florida, one of the absolute best people in the U.S. Senate. And Senator Scott, I have, two questions.
That's very nice, Larry. Thank you.
Well, you're terrific. You are. You're one of the most, because of your business background and you're a good governor of Florida, and I try to tout you wherever I can. You're a great role model. So let me just ask, Senator, Chuck Schumer and the Democrats want to end ICE, defund ICE, and go back to open borders. That's the way I see it. And so you all are arguing about the, remaining budget for Homeland Security. What's going to happen here? Is Schumer Democrats going to, get there? They want to end ICE. I mean, I think that's apparent.
Oh, yeah, they're going to win.
You think they are going to win?
I mean,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, it takes 60 votes. They've already said they don't, the Democrats don't want to fund ICE. So now the saving grace for ICE is that they had a lot of money directed to them in our big beautiful bill last summer, the Tax Cut and Jobs Act last summer. So that's the positive. But no, I don't think there's any chance that we're going to fund ICE this week. So that means FEMA will have no new money. TSA will be shut down. Coast Guard will get no money. But no, there's not much of a chance. They want to defang and defund ICE. They want to put all these restrictions to basically open the border. They don't want anybody deported. They don't care that they don't care about these criminals. Think about it. What do you say to Laken Riley's parents when you are a Democrat and you say, I don't care what happened to your daughter. That they want to they don't care at all. They don't care about Jocelyn Mangari. They don't care about Rachel Marin. Your daughter was raped by an illegal immigrant that came under Biden. They don't care. That's what they're saying. They do not care.
I mean, I hear Schumer and other Democrats, but I'm listening to Schumer, who, is old enough and smart enough to know better, but he doesn't know better anymore. So he sounds a lot like, with Tim Walz in Minnesota or the mayor Fry. Yeah. I mean, they just hate ICE. ICE is the enemy. They want no masks. They want to be able to have IDs and dox them and their families, and Lord knows they want racial profiling special warrants so they could find judges to stop it. We have the same problem here in New York with this guy Mandami, the socialist. But so you're basically saying it's going to go on. This argument's going to go on.
Well, first off, we go back Monday, right?
Yep.
There's been no conversation in the Senate that we could pass, that we could get 60 votes for, because the Democrats are going to vote lockstep not to fund this. So, I mean, they don't, unless they defang and defund ICE, they will not allow, TSA will not get paid. Coast Guard will not get paid. No new money for FEMA. No money for Homeland Security. So I don't think there's any chance that this will be funded by Friday.
Wow. The other one, Senator Scott, is the Save America Act, which requires photo IDs and proof of citizenship in order to vote. I don't think that's asking too much. That is going to go back to the House. The House is likely to pass it. Will the Senate pass it? Will the Senate even touch it?
Well, first off, I want to thank the president. Ron Johnson, Mike Lee, and I went and sat down with the president for 2 hours on Thursday, and he is all in for election security. So he wants to make sure that you have to have you have to show an ID when you're going to go vote. You have to prove your citizenship if you want to go register to vote. So he wants to fix the problems of mail-in ballots. So, I mean, he knows that if we don't fix this stuff, why do we think we're going to win elections? These guys, Schumer wants fraud. He wants illegals here to vote illegally. I don't get to vote in France. I wouldn't vote for Macron. I don't get to vote in England. I wouldn't vote for Starmer. But he wants people like people from all over the world to come in here and elect Democrats. That's all he wants. So the president's all on board. The House, I think, will pass it, hopefully next week. And here's my belief. I don't think there's any chance we'll pass this with the Democrat vote. So the only way this is going to happen is if we either get rid of the filibuster or we use the talking filibuster, which means if the filibuster is actually supposed to just stop debate, not stop a vote. So which means that if you want to keep talking. But when you guys are all finished talking, we are going to vote on this bill, and it only takes 50 votes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Run that by me again. There's a talking filibuster. We can do a talking filibuster, which hasn't been done in a long time. But basically, what it says is that the way the filibuster was set up was this: it was never in the Senate that took 60 votes to pass legislation. It took a certain number of votes to stop debate, because early on you could keep talking as long as you wanted. Then they reduced it, I think, to 80%. Then they reduced it to 2/3. Now it's at 60. So the filibuster was always to stop debate. So you can, by our rules, and it'll be hard. It'll take a lot of time, but by our rules, we can force the Democrats to talk. When they're finished talking, we will vote, and we'll pass it with 50 votes plus J.D. Vance, or 51 Republican votes. We have to do it. Otherwise, why? We're in the majority. We need to act like we're in the majority. We need to get these things done. So I didn't. Well, that's a good thing. Senator Thune in favor of the Save America Act?
He's absolutely in favor of it.
Yeah.
I mean, he wants to make sure that we're working through how do we do the talking filibuster. So there's a lot of mechanics to it. But here's why it's going to happen. The president's on board. The president's on board. He knows this is an existential threat to our republic. If we don't start having voter ID and stop these illegals from voting and playing games in our election, then why do we think we're going to continue in? Democrats want fraud. If you look at why don't they want voter ID? By the way, Democrat voters want voter ID. Okay, Republican voters want voter ID. Independent voters want voter ID. But guess what? The Democrat elected don't want it because they know they wouldn't win the election.
It takes, by the way, it took a vote. It took an ID card to get into the Democratic National Convention. And in the House, you can't vote unless you have a photo ID. Even though Democrats.
Democrats require photo IDs for coming to their campaign events. Not to vote, just for our campaign events.
Senator Rick Scott, the best of the best, sir. Honest to God, that is terrific stuff.
The Larry Kudlow Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.